parable of the sower when we were reading, we were presented with like how inspirational couples. Not.
Can you speak up just a little bit? I'm sorry.
As we were reading the parable of the sower, we were introduced to the fact how interracial couples and groupings was looked down upon and would cause problems. Like, I guess, or races would have problems with them. And it got me thinking how nowadays I guess, like with the people I hang out with, I have had my own shared experience with racism towards me and my friends, where even people in my family that I don't like names, but we would get racist comments because, well, my friend was very diverse with the people I hang around, and I guess I chose my age, gender, and my race for this because Lauren was around my age that she started leading her group, and she's a colored young woman, and I'm a colored male, so I guess it kind of gives me someone like you to relate to her. A skill that kind of was hard for me to learn at first was connection, because when I first started working with it a little bit more, like I guess when something didn't relate to me as much as others have, it was a little bit harder for me to like work into it because like I didn't really have my own prior knowledge with it. So when I had to connect something that really I wasn't familiar with, it was kind of hard to do so. And with our extended response, where I had to connect some motivation that Macbeth had to kill Duncan, that I didn't really have any, like, I haven't even relate to that because like something a little bit more extreme level, and I learned how people would act in a certain situation, whether it was good, bad, minor, or major. An example would be when the pirates burned down the community that Lauren lived in, and she had to decide whether she wanted to follow up with her Earthsea community or if she wanted to just go off on her own. Some revelations I have over power, equity, and oppression were as we made our annotations for Macbeth. Power going for Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, Folly, and Malcolm being crowned as king, and Macbeth's plot to murder the family of Macduff. Knowing that can change someone's perspective on a character and as they read through on a story. And the assignment I'm the most proud of was our trailers. I've had a lot of fun doing it, especially with the people I worked with. I feel like that was also a good influence on how and motivation on how I actually worked with it. Like I like the people I worked with, and it was easier to get along with and actually make good progress. And I guess for me, working with a group, it gives me more motivation to actually do my work and get it done on time. Because if I don't, it wouldn't just affect me, but it would also affect the other people that I'm working with. The assignment I struggled with was the extended response PBAs. I'm not really that good with PBAs, and I feel like I didn't ask for as much help as I should have. And that's something I had to work on myself too. Like I don't ask for help, even though I should have. That's a bad habit I tend to have. And yeah, I feel like I could have done more better, and I feel like there's much more improvement to be done, but I still got to work on my lack of motivation and work ethic. Something that's helped me throughout this class was being able to work in groups and group activities because, like I said, it gives me more motivation if I'm working with multiple people and not just doing it for myself, because I also have other people's, I guess I had to think about them and not just mine. So I had to be considerate of how it would affect other people if I don't do my part. And the 3 goals I have for my sophomore year is to improve my motivation, try not to procrastinate as much as I did because I didn't do that. Work on my time management, especially with all the activities I do on school and off school. And then find a motivation or way of motivation that keeps me doing, keep me getting things done in time.
Excellent. Let's give him a round of applause. What goes and grows we have? What goes and grows do we have? You can just jump on in.